Brian, Tanika, let's start with my exclusive interview with Donald Trump. I asked him what he thought of Carrie Prejean's downright embarrassing tantrum on CNN's Larry King Live. Watch what he told me.
I was watching this, and I was very surprised to see it because she was talking about how inappropriate he was. Inappropriate is more of a sexual term as far as I'm concerned. I mean, inappropriate, he asked a very, very easy question, and I was surprised that she just didn't say, hey, listen, I can't answer that question.
Tanika, here's what I was hearing today as news outlets everywhere reported on my exclusive interview with Trump that Donald was absolutely right, that Carrie Prejean blew it big time. What do you think? Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the reason why she stepped out of that interview is because she doesn't really have anything to stand on. And anytime anybody sort of peels back that veil and really calls her out on what she's saying, she kind of cracked under the pressure. And for Donald not to really give it to her, I was surprised. He's being incredibly sweet to her, which is not really his nature when somebody pisses him off. If you remember Rosie O'Donnell and Star Jones and Elizabeth Hasselbeck, he goes toe-to-toe with the chicas. So good for her. She hasn't really pissed off Trump enough for him to go at her, but really shocking that she's crumbling when she's trying to really profit off of what she's done so far.
Yeah, you know, she had a real chance to say something meaningful, and she didn't. She gave canned responses when she did answer questions, but for the most part, she just refused to answer questions. It was awful.
I don't think she has anything
awful,
meaningful to say. I really don't think she has anything meaningful to say, and I think it's apparent now.
Well, she certainly didn't on Larry King Live. And tonight, there are more shocking revelations about Carrie Prejean regarding her sex tape. Carrie Prejean's ex-boyfriend says Carrie is lying and that she was older than 17 when she made her solo exhibitionist sex tape. Listen to what he tells TMZ.
How old was she?
She was 19 when I was out there. The videos poured in all the way up to just shy of, oh gosh, I mean, she had been in her being 21 years old. Yeah, I got a call from Carrie, basically screaming at me, asking me why did I do this? And then she basically, at that point, said, will you tell him I was 17?
How did you respond when she said, will you say I was 17?
I said, hell no, I won't.
Brian, who are you believing here?
I'm believing him. I think, honestly, the first thing we can learn from this is there are very few people out there that are going to say to themselves later, boy, I'm really glad I made that sex tape. But I think, you know, that's the first inclination you're going to take. If there's a sex tape that's being released, the only way to keep people from seeing it is to be a minor when it was taken. And so I think that was her gut instinct to just say, I gotta make this go away, and the only way I'm going to do it is to say I was under 18. So I think that was kind of a gut instinct. I almost can't blame her for it. But I think the problem is that she puts herself in a position of kind of being kind of high and mighty and very conservative, and people will forgive a lot, but they won't forgive hypocrisy. And I think that this kind of exposes
it's hard to forgive lying.